It glows in the dark. Hey y'all, it's Vintage Vinny, and welcome to another small antique mall haul. This is everything that I picked up from Interstate 81 Antiques out in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. So, long story short, Scott, the old curiosity shop, and I wanted to do a meetup. We met back before the pandemic hit, back in February, and we wanted to meet up again in a different part of PA, a place that was a little bit closer to both of us. Scott's out in Philly, I'm on the border of Maryland and Pennsylvania. So to get to the Denver Ephrata area was about 2 hours. And because I didn't want to just stay on the road for 2 hours, I went ahead and decided to make pit stops along the way. So I hit some Goodwills, I hit some other shops that I hadn't been to, and I went to this place. And I decided to just work my way up that way. And yeah, I didn't get to my hotel room till about 7:30 at night. So what I did is I thrifted my way up, like I said, and then as I was getting closer to where my hotel room or my hotel was, I went and got food and I ate dinner in my hotel room while waiting for Mary Beth and Laura from Fatbird Finds' Flippin' and Sippin' Friday night show, which I don't like to miss. And after the show was over, I was kind of riled up from it because I think I had Coke or some kind of caffeinated drink along with my meal that night. So I wound up talking to Katie from Vintage and Vinyl. I think we were doing what, Instagram live video or something like that, like a video chat. So we wound up talking till about 5 o'clock in the morning. Fell asleep for about 4.5 hours. Got up, met Scott at the first place that we visited out there at about 10 o'clock, which is when it opened. And it had been a place that I hadn't been to in about a decade. The last time my family and I were up in that area was about 2011, 2012. So it was nice to be at that one place again. And it's funny, there's one booth there that I remember that had these Soki bottles, and 9 years later they were still there. So I knew I was at the right place. So we hit a bunch of places, we got lunch, and then he went out to see his aunt and uncle who live in the area that we were in. And I didn't want to spend a bunch of time in the antique malls because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten as great of stuff because with antique malls it's really hit or miss, and the prices at some of these places were like hoity-toity, like touristy antique mall prices, because that area is very very touristy. There's a lot of people that come to that area, especially on Fridays when a big Amish market called the Green Dragon takes place on Fridays, which is the day that I ended up actually going and driving up that way. So, yeah, you've heard me babble for about 3 minutes about what we did, and let me just get into the haul because I think I found some pretty cool stuff. With that being said, I spent $58.30 on 8 items. I mean, there's one lot of a good amount of pinup cards, and we'll check those out at the end. So, this elephant that I'm going to be sharing with you all, let's see, cost me $4. He's trunk up. He's got no cracks on him. He does have his Japan sticker on the bottom. He's very mid-century. He's got pink and gray on him. And yeah, paid $5. Oh, am I wrong? Was there a chip? Maybe it was just some paint loss. But yeah, you get the picture. He's very, very cool, and yeah, he will definitely be up for sale in a live sale. I did get another elephant, and this one I'm contemplating keeping for myself because I really like the blue. Or maybe I'll just sell him because I don't think I really need him. He was $5. Yes, so the one was, actually no, I was wrong. The one elephant was 4, this one was 5. I just like the blue color of him. And I know the elephants with the trunk up are very popular right now in our lifestyle community. Actually, I think it's more of a Fatbird Finds popular item because they always do a bonus elephant at their Flippin' and Sippin' show, because if you haven't watched it, they do, what do? They ask what we're drinking, and then they, at the very beginning of their show, like 15 minutes in, they will go ahead and sell 5 items. Technically 6, because they sometimes will throw a bonus elephant in there. Or they do mystery boxes, which is very popular now. And yeah, so I liked him. I like the color of him, and I like that you can do multiple things with an elephant with its trunk up. And that was Japan, by the way. I found another one of these Morton Pottery kitty planters. Can you imagine sticking a air plant in his butt, and it makes it look like he's growing a tree from his booty? And he cost me $3. So he'll probably end up in a live sale too. I do have a green one that I'm going to be selling that I contemplated keeping, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to hold on to it. I don't need to. So he will be up for sale too. Now, I saw this at one of my local malls. It's a trinket dish with a Trojan horse on it. The paint is, I think it's baked on or like fired on. It's not flashed as far as I know. This was $8, and the reason that I paid the $8 is because there was one at another mall that I just came back from, and they wanted 25 bucks for it. It was, however, something I would have probably bought because the dish was painted pink and the horse was painted black. It looked really, really cool, and it definitely looked like something that would have gone in a mid-century house. But I just couldn't get myself to pay the 25 bucks because with the little reception that I had in that mall, they weren't going for a whole lot. So if I end up selling this, which more than likely I will, or maybe not, I don't know yet, it'll probably end up in a sale. We'll see what happens with that. This was a great find. This is a new old stock set of hankies by Fruit of the Loom, and that was only $2. So I was really, really happy to pick these up because I love finding these new old stock pieces because I can usually net about $15 for the hanky sets that are new and sealed. That's usually what I ask at live sales because they're going to be the first person to use them if they buy them from me. Another thing that a lot of people tend to like, depending on the color and the like the textile, are new old stock sheets. This is definitely from the 1960s, 1970s. They're Dantrell No Iron Dan Press Moose. I'm gonna butcher this name. Muslin by Dan River. It's 50% polyester and 50% cotton. It's purple stripes and lavender colored stripes, and it's a full flat sheet. Paid $5 for it. I think I can probably net about $35 to about $40. At least that's what I'm going to ask for this. New old stock sheets usually do pretty well because a lot of the older textiles tend to hold up and they don't tend to, like they're better quality than what we get nowadays. Now don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's some really nice quality sheet sets out there nowadays, but older ones tend to they feel better, they last you longer, unlike stuff today. So that was definitely a really good pickup for $5. And the last item that I would like to share with you all before we check out the pinup cards, and I'm sorry Misty and Katie, you may want to shut the video off for just a little bit or walk away. I did find a custard glass bell with a clown on it, and it's hand-signed, or not hand-signed, sorry, it's marked hand-painted by Amy S. 15M. But what's really cool about this bell, it glows in the dark. How awesome is that? Now, I know it has a clown on it, and I know there are plenty of people out there who are not a fan. Now, I don't like every clown that I come across, and I'm not really one to pick up a bell, but I had my black light with me, and when I saw it, glowed. I had to have it. Now, this booth was supposed to have 50% off all clown items, and I guess the lady at the front didn't really realize it. I should have snapped a photo of it because that's happened to me before where it says it's half off in a booth or something's half off in a booth and I don't get the discount. But that's okay, I guess. So I couldn't resist this piece because it's so cool that it glows. Again, a very sincere apology to Misty and Katie who do not like clowns, but I couldn't resist that bell for $5. So the last item, or items I should say, that we are going to be looking at in this haul are a stack of pinup arcade cards that I was very, very happy to find. And I haven't bought them in a while because I don't like to pay the shipping for them on eBay because sometimes you can have to pay like $3, which is ridiculous. So I'm counting out how many I have here now. So 7. So I've got 7 arcade cards, and I wound up spending $23. When I brought them up to the counter, and the lady saw that I was interested in purchasing them, she said that she was happy that they were leaving the store because I guess she and another vendor had a deal with something like this, and she was just happy to get rid of the burden. So I was happy. So, I mean, I wound up spending, again, $23 before tax on them. And they were like $3 a piece, which I guess is about right for them. But they're very, very cute. And you guys know I love my saucy pinup. I love it. So I'm going to show you the ones that I got. So they are in plastic case holders. So I apologize that there's a bit of a glare. So this one says holding her own. And as you can see, she's got a leg up. So that one's pretty cute. I believe I have some Earl Carroll vanities, which were like showgirls back in the day. Look at her. I like the outfit that she's wearing. It's very sexy. We've got another Earl Carroll girl. I mean, this was pretty risque for the 40s. I mean, look at that leg showing. Like that's you had some porn cards back then if you had these at home. This is another Earl Carroll. This one kind of reminds me of Barbara Stanwyck. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the look of her. She's very, very saucy. This is probably from the 30s, I would assume. Got this girl here. Look at her. So I thought that was a really fair price for an antique mall. I've seen these cards there at other ones for like $8 or $10 a piece, and I'm not about to pay that for these. So to pay $3 or $4 in person and not have to pay shipping, I'm all about that. I was tickled pink to find these because I have not had any luck finding these at a good price at an antique mall in quite a while. So that is everything I have. I know it wasn't a very long video, but I still got some great stuff. Let me know in the comments below. What was your favorite item that I picked up?
So that's all I have for you today. Be sure and give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to know when new videos are posted. All of the links to my social media accounts via Instagram are down below as well, where you will see pictures of items to come in future haul videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye guys!